Hey, welcome back, YouTube family. In today's episode, we're going to be talking about a cryptocurrency project that aims to solve a little bit of something that Bitcoin has a problem with. But we're not going to be talking about that too much. We'll cover it a little bit, but the network I'm talking about is the Pi network, and maybe this is why you clicked on the video. But a lot of people have been talking about Pi network, and some in a positive light and others in more of a negative light. And today we're going to be talking about the little bit of controversies that there are with the Pi network. Now, of course, nothing is officially a scam until it's a little bit too late, but in today's episode, we will explore the entirety of Pi network. And if you haven't already, before we get into the video, make sure you smash the like button. And also, if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe because it's free, why not? And you get to see more awesome content like this. Without any further ado, let's dive into this fun. Let's go. All right, first, we gotta know what the Pi network is trying to solve. So, the Pi network is a digital currency project that aims to keep crypto mining accessible, as the centralization of the first generation of currencies like Bitcoin has put them out of reach for everyday users. And this obviously makes sense because 70% of Bitcoin is mined in China by companies with huge warehouses and tens, if not hundreds of thousands of graphics cards, which kind of make Bitcoin somewhat centralized in some ways. Now, I could make a whole video on that topic on its own, but today we're talking about the Pi network. And the developers at Pi aim to allow anybody with a smartphone, which most people in the world are starting to move to smartphones if they don't have them already, and allow all these people to mine cryptocurrency, aka Pi, via a smartphone. So the concept is actually really easy to understand, and because it's free to use, a lot of people have been downloading. In fact, over 18 million users at the time of making this video have actually downloaded and use the Pi network app. Even more recently, the app started running ads in May of 2020 to provide a source of financing for the project. We'll get into that a little bit more because there is something really interesting there as well. So the first thing that we need to do is go to the Pi network website and really kind of explore here. Of course, you can go and watch their video, but all that does is explain what their purpose is, which I think I've explained pretty well. And if I didn't, let me know down in the comments on what I could improve on there. And I'm more than happy to answer any questions down there as well. But again, super easy to understand. They say it's decentralized, mobile first, user and planet friendly. Here you have the Pi app. You can download it, pretty easy, pretty standard. And the way that they advertise it is that all you need to mine Pi is an invitation from an existing trusted member on the network. If you have an invitation, you can download the mobile app below. But before you go ahead and start doing all these things, let's go a little bit deeper into the Pi network and into this company. So from an article at capital.com, Pi currently carries no value and is not tradable on an exchange. It is difficult to predict the value of the coin before launch, but it could start with a value of around a penny against the US dollar, according to some forecasts. Now, we don't know whether capital.com got paid to write this article or not, but as they mentioned, it's difficult to know where the price is headed. And let's talk about why. So this next article is from a website called ResearchaiMultiple.com. And they dive really, really deep, and I think they phrase it better than I would, so I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys what they say here. So they find it unlikely for the app to create value in the future, unlike its claims, and for good reason. The app creates limited value. Users create no value except for providing their information to the mobile app, viewing ads, or messaging other users. The value of these activities is unlikely to generate significant wealth for the large user base. This is very, very true. Besides viewing ads, I don't see messaging other users being very useful, and just because they have mobile app downloads, maybe they can charge more for ads, but who does that really benefit? Not us. So some of its current practices are also used in scams. So here come the red flags. Founders are already benefiting from the app. They launched optional video ads at launch to monetize the active user base. The app also has a KYC process of collecting passport information. Having a verified audience through a KYC process would increase advertising revenues. We are not against ad-funded businesses. We are also such a business. We provide insights and our audience views ads on our pages. However, when businesses that are expected to launch additional features, example is launch coin on exchanges, start monetizing their audience, that can create a conflict of interest. Their marketing emphasizes the academic credentials of their users. Very similarly, a blockchain scam without blockchain infrastructure. OneCoin relied on the McKinsey experience of its founders in its marketing. And another red flag that you guys probably should know about is someone that wrote a Quora article, and a lot of people are thinking about it this way as well. So I had to mention this. And he says, what I am sure of is that if you download the free app and start mining Pi now, you will be stacking Pi for free at absolutely no cost to you. Now, if they do have your information through the KYC process, they have verified information that it's you. In addition, you're watching ads and helping increase their active user base to be able to make more money off of their ads. Technically, you are just paying them through your eyeballs and your clicks and mining a figurative, possibly valuable, one day, maybe, hopefully, we don't know, currency. Now, if that sounds safe, secure, and piques your interest, why not downloading the app? Sure, but be very, very cautious because there have been a lot of crypto scams out there. And so far, there's nothing pointing to the fact that maybe it's not a scam. If anything, there's more data showing that it is. Another thing I wanted to point out, and I'm not sure exactly why this is, but when you go on Google, you see that there are 3 people that work on this project. And here's some photos of them right here. As you can see, 3 individuals. And this is consistent throughout. Here's another picture of them here. Here's some names of them as well. But when we go to their website and we go to their team, right? Let's go Dr. Nicholas and Dr. Shinjao. Those are the only 2 people that you see, which is a little bit curious. If anything, that makes me a little bit skeptical. Did this person leave? Did he not want his identity shown? Are these actually real people? And another question is, why is their team so small for having 18 million users? Maybe they do have a bigger team, but why not be transparent about that fact? As a new company or crypto token, don't you want to be transparent? Don't you want to show off the great geniuses that work at your company? Kind of interesting. And in addition, like I said before, it doesn't really provide value to users and doesn't need to be tokenized. In fact, besides running a node, meaning I download a bigger version of this app on my computer, I don't even see the actual mining process take place. Obviously, when you download the app, you click mine, maybe watch an ad, and then the Pi tokens slowly trickle in. And again, we don't even know if it's verified on the blockchain. But let's say it is, and these tokens are trickling in over the course of 24 hours before you have to do it again. The question is, how am I mining tokens if I close out of the app? Yet I still receive the tokens in my wallet for the 23 hours and 55 minutes that I'm not using the app. It's a little bit weird because the whole purpose of mining is to be proof of work, aka running in the background of something and verifying transactions. 1, there's no transactions happening on the network, and 2, I shouldn't be receiving any tokens for when my app is closed because it's not running in the background either. But yet I am. So, Pi Network, if you're watching this, you definitely have a little bit of explaining to do. And I'm not even gonna mention the jankiness of the application because for an app that's been around for over 2 years, it's very poorly designed. And it feels to me like they have a lot of work to do if they plan to actually go through with launching a valuable product to the overall market. Now, I'd love to hear from you what your thoughts are on the Pi Network, and if you've heard of it before or you use it, what has your experience been like so far? Where do you think it's going? And if it's not listed on exchanges, and if it were to be listed on exchanges, what would the price be and why? Feel free to leave it down in the comment section below. I'd love to hear from you. I always see every single one of my comments and respond to each one of you guys. So thank you all so much for watching. If you haven't already, smash the like button, and also feel free to subscribe. I'm also going to be doing a giveaway very, very soon because we finally hit 1,000 subscribers, and now we are on our way to 5,000, which is the next very, very big goal of mine for the channel. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out. Feel free to check out the links down in the description below where you can get a free stock from Robinhood, $20 free from Stash, 2 or more stocks free from WeBull, or $10 free from M1 Finance.